Right, I've come today to Bourne in Lincolnshire. Originally to sort of find a bit out about ERA as it's the 90th anniversary this month of it being formed. They didn't actually make any cars in 1933, but it was 34 when they first did one. And then I'm looking for information on different things. You then stumble across the fact that also, besides ERA, BRM was started here. And then where we are now, and talking to Mike Pilbeam, of course, Pilbeam Racing Cars, which is now Pilbeam Racing Design.
That's it, yeah.
And so I'm really honoured to be speaking to Mike, and you know, I know he's one of the people that has been involved in BRM no less. In fact, I believe, if you can correct me on this, you were a chief designer at BRM.
I was, for some years, yeah.
Yeah.
And designed one or two of their cars. I followed on after Tony Southgate was there,
Right.
and developed one of his cars and designed some new ones of my own for BRM.
Yeah.
Before I moved on to.
And of course, you've also done things with Lotus
Yeah.
and Surtees, to mention
That's right.
a couple more.
Yes.
So it's quite a
It was
quite a thing.
It was an interesting time,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah. We did the first. I built a couple of cars myself,
Yeah.
in order to learn how race cars go together.
Yeah.
Because when I left university, I knew nothing really in that sense, that part of it.
Yeah.
So I built some cars then, and then got a job at BRM
Right.
originally as a stress engineer, which
Yeah.
because I was academic, but later on obviously became a designer.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that was Tony Rudd's instigation.
Right.
He gave me that job, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
So eventually, obviously, 1975, he started Pilbeam Racing Cars.
yeah, that's
And I
right.
suppose the rest is history.
Well, it's a long history, but
Yeah.
yes, in fact, I'm just writing a book about it all now.
Are you really? Yeah.
Partly trying to remember what the hell did go on, because there's a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're still, as you know, we're still building cars at
Yeah.
on a smaller scale than we used to do.
That's right. Yeah.
We went to everything, including up to 24-hour Le Mans racing and so
Yeah.
on. But so yeah, a few things.
I mean, I know. I think he mentioned to me when I contacted you that David Seaton had sold his. Was it the MP43?
I believe so.
Sort of sports.
Yes.
One.
Yeah.
I really like that car.
Oh right.
He raced it at Scamden Downhill Climb, which is not far
Okay.
from me. And my friend James Baxter has the outright hill record there.
Okay.
In his gold that he had. But I remember seeing, he might have been actually the same day, can't remember now because I've been to a few, but and David raced up Scamden.
He and he shared an occasion shared that car with one or two, and during its life, I don't think it was David who did it, but it had the engine changed from when we first built it.
Right, yeah.
So it's because originally it was built with a 2-litre
I see, yeah.
heart, I think.
Right, yeah.
But then it ended up with a
Yeah,
V8.
the V8, yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, and of course I have got a few photographs, and I can't remember if I've actually got any video, but I know I've got a few photographs of George Bleasdale at Harewood.
Harewood, yeah.
Yeah, and he's as he says, hung his overalls and his helmet up now, and that's it, he's packed in.
Yeah.
I think the car is actually for sale now.
Yes, I heard, yeah.
Yeah, so...
he bought that car from, I think it was Richard George,
Right.
that we built it for originally.
Yeah.
Or was it? No, it was Peter Le Galley, a chap from Jersey,
Right.
who had that 1 or 2 hours, but
Yeah.
and George raced it for
Yeah.
many years.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but as I say, that there's definitely been the car to beat for a long time. I mean, as I say, I started going to Harewood Hill Climb on my push bike before I could actually drive. And I remember watching it in the 70s. I think it was 1971 first time I ever went there. And then, you know, as Pilbeams come online, if you like, you saw a lot at Harewood.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just really, really good to see.
A lot of good years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, so, you know, you look into these things, start off with the ERA, and then you find out that BRM has also started from the same place, really, when ERA finished just before, you know, before the war started. And then yourself going through, working for a lot of these.
Well, our company in Bourne kind of sprung out from BRM, I suppose.
Yeah.
I was here, and I wanted to, after I moved on, I wanted to, you know, create our own mark, and might as well stay here, and we did.
Yeah.
And in fact, you know, there's a lot of companies around the Bourne area that really sprung out from BRM and the ERA before that. And,
that's good, I suppose. But it's, yeah, I never realised that all three actually came from here. This is what you find. So I've got myself a little map, and I know there's 1 or 2 there's a plaque on the house in Eastgate, which I passed as a chemie by.
Down the corner.
So I'll be having a run round there to have a look at probably take a couple of photographs at them.
That house is currently for sale.
Yeah, I understand.
And it's not impossible. It'll end up being a bit of a ERA, BRM museum of sorts.
Yeah. Well, that would be.
I think that'd be good. But
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of money, like I think it's about 800,000, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah. So as I say, it's 90 years since Peter Birth and Humphrey Cook, and of course Raymond Mays, who was a local Bourne lad, you know, put the company together.
Yeah.
And so I suppose in one sense, you know, that the fact that they were here, and then BRM, you then got involved with things.
Oh yeah, definitely came from that. Yes,
it's all
it was Raymond who was behind it all from the beginning.
Yeah. So, yeah.
By the time I was there, Raymond was still quite involved with BRM, but Humphrey Cook wasn't. I never knew him.
No.
Before my time.
I think it, you know, it's I try and get all this information in my head, and then it's remembering it all.
Yeah.
But I think it was just after the war he decided to. It might have been just as 1939. He packed it in, didn't he?
Okay.
But Raymond Mays obviously went forward with BRM, and
Peter Bertham was around after that. But again, I didn't. He was before my time. I didn't know.
So yeah, it's a good motorsport area.
Oh, it is. Yes, it's got.
And of course, you've got a nice racetrack here. One of my favourites, Cadwell Park.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
I don't suppose it's that far from here.
It didn't.
Yeah.
We
really
back in the BRM days, we occasionally used it for F1 testing.
Right.
But to be honest, it's a bit
narrow.
fraught.
A bit narrow for a Formula 1 car, definitely.
Yeah, I remember Jean-Pierre Beltroit saying, "No, I don't think I want to go there again."
No.
A bit too.
Yeah. I mean, some people call it the mini Nürburgring, but it's a bit, But I just love the layout of the track. Those loops and downs, and
it's great.
You've got slow corners, fast corners, and everything. Yeah.
And the hill where they take off. And
the mountain. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a quick look round with Mike now, and we'll see what's what.
Okay.
So I'll just stop the video for now anyway.
Yep.
Right, thanks for that, Mike. Anyway, informative.